We had a request from one of you about sandy soil. We're constantly talking about clay soil, but not much about sandy soil. So today we're going to teach you all about how to fix and improve sandy soil. Sandy soil drains water quickly, so it's hard to keep it properly watered. It dries out fast because water goes right through it. And also the same with nutrients. Nutrients go right through it. So sandy soil is light. That lightness leads to problems with water, problems with nutrients. I'm John Valentino, president of John & Bob's Corporation. I'm a landscape architect, a landscape contractor, and this is Chip Valentino, and we're here at a little front yard that we just remodeled, actually designed by another landscape architect, a local one in Fresno, Bob Borrow. I thought of coming here because it does have sandy soil. It has Fresno's version of sandy soil. Now, I know some of you that have really sandy soil would think that this soil is not that sandy. If you make a ball, it does stick together, but it's sandy, it's light, water goes through it quickly, nutrients go through it quickly. If you have a whole lot of sand in your mixture of sand, silt, and clay, then you can't do this. You know, you put it in a ball and it just falls apart because it's sand. So this is an area where there was a lawn. Now there's liriope, Coroppia ground cover in front of the liriope, and a bunch of this herb called feverfew, a type of chrysanthemum. You can see we've got a nice layer of mulch, a little more than an inch, and then in there is really a very light sandy soil. You can see it's easy, even with just a little hand trowel, easy to dig in it. It doesn't matter what kind of soil you have, what kind of soil problem you have, the way to fix it is all the same. We're going to infuse it with life, and food for life and attractants for life. Those beneficial bacteria, fungi, protozoa, good nematodes, earthworms, all of that, that's the way to make sand less porous, make sand retain moisture better and retain nutrients better. And that's the same way to make clay more porous. So it's really incredible. We don't want to just have barren sand and put a bunch of stuff on it. You could do that and it'll help a little, but it's better if you have a bunch of barren sand and you plant things. Doesn't really matter what. You could even plant a cover crop like radishes. Radishes do good in sand. Carrots or landscape plants. You could plant the plants we used in this yard, which is a lot of tropical things. So you want to plant something, and then you want to try to infuse that soil with life. So what you need is organic matter and microbes and food for microbes, attractants for microbes. All those are usually inherent in organic matter. Compost is recognized as probably the fastest way to change sandy soil. If you only use synthetic products, synthetic fertilizers, most famous being Miracle-Gro, it'll just leach right through the soil. Plants like Miracle-Gro, but soil doesn't particularly like Miracle-Gro. It won't improve. It'll stay the same. You'll have the same problems associated with sand. You can see it's pretty sandy soil. Oh, look at that. We got the soil food web working with an earthworm. That's what we want in sandy soil. That's rich sandy soil. We use Penetrate Liquid Biotiller, and we use Optimize, Maximize, Nourish Biosol, all ways that have either beneficial microbes or food for microbes or attractants for microbes, the components in a good quality compost. Penetrate Liquid Biotiller is named that because it's kind of miraculous what it does for heavy clay soil. It's great for sandy soil too because it starts this process of building beneficial life. And so bacteria being the lowest form of life and food for the bacteria, we plant plants in the sand and then we spray it with Penetrate Liquid Biotiller. That starts this process in sand, which tends to be kind of inert. In addition to Penetrate Liquid Biotiller, we'll use our other products, Optimize, Maximize, Nourish Biosol, and those products will do a combination of feeding the plants and feeding the soil, in a way that it'll work with the Penetrate Liquid Biotiller. And we have this whole system now with plants growing and products in the soil that allow essentially the soil food web to move on, and all of the components of the soil food web including earthworms. By continuing to apply those products every 6 months or so, we're changing the soil on an ongoing basis rather than just when we did the renovation, which is a neat thing about the line of John and Bob's, is we can improve the soil over time. As the plants grow, the soil changes right along with it, which won't happen if we were just using a synthetic fertilizer. You can see that's the results of the soil food web, where you start with infusing it with bacteria, and then fungi eat the bacteria, and then protozoa and good nematodes, and you build up this whole community of beneficial microbes that go higher and higher up, resulting in earthworms. The other thing that's real important as you use our products, or a good compost product, or earthworm castings, anything with life, is to mulch the soil. It's important with any kind of soil, but with sand, maybe even a little more important than most. So you can see on this soil, we used 1 to 2 inches of a good quality mulch. That was after using the Penetrate Liquid Biotiller and our combination of Maximize, Optimize, Nourish Biosol called Blend. This one is a type of walk-on bark that we use because I haven't been able to get recently that double ground shredded cedar that I've talked about in other videos. But any kind of coarse mulch will work. It stays put. It retains moisture. It protects the sand or whatever you have from rain and from heat, from the sun. So it's a great way to really help your soil and respect your soil. Some kind of mulch layer over the top. It's good to refresh that mulch layer, not just do it upon installation, but continue to keep it at 1.5 to 2 inches thick. And so that might require every year or every other year adding some to the top. And that's important with sandy soil. That'll make a huge difference. So we proved, if you ask us to do a video, we might do it. Hopefully it was helpful to you. If you have a suggestion for a topic on a video, put it in the comments.